So it's like, what are you gonna do, right? What? Huh? I'm like, converted man here, trying out new ways to open my videos, live stream, whatever. Hey, look. Light behind me. Oh, anyways. All right, so we're gonna check out the best arguments for atheism, exclamation point, question mark, by the Church for Skeptics. I don't know that he is a Church for Skeptics. I'm kind of skeptical about that. What sort of church would be for skeptics? Like, I'm a skeptic, so I feel like this channel is about me. But unfortunately, I didn't find this video. Captive Desk found this video. And he and friends, Answers in Atheism, and whoever else was there. I didn't really watch his video, to be honest. I watched a little bit, But it's over there. It's in the description. So go check it out if you want. They made fun of this video. So go look at them and do that if you want. But if you don't want, that's fine. Because you're here now, so you want this. We've got this going. Don't worry about them. We've got this. Okay? This is real, what we've got. Anyways, enough making fun of each other and poking at each other. We're just teasing. We're all friends. Oh, okay. I don't know. Nothing I do or say makes sense when I'm not scripted. We all know that, but I just have to point that out. But actually, things I say do make sense when I'm unscripted. I'm unscripted, and I'm going to point out logical fallacies and mistakes and errors that this guy makes, even though Captive Desk and friends have already done that. But I wasn't in there, so it doesn't count for me. It counts for them. Anyways, they did 2 hours, which is way too short for a video. I'm going to go for 20 hours at least. Maybe not. Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. Enough dilly-daddle. Let's just get to the video.
Carl Sagan was the leading atheist for a number of years. Says this: extra.
I hate to stop you immediately, but there's no such thing as leading atheist.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Every episode of his Nova series, the first thing he said was the universe is all there ever was, all there is, and all there ever will be. Let me give you a couple of atheistic claims that I think are extraordinary. Number one, the universe was caused by nothing. Number two,
I don't know that Carl Sagan did say that the universe is all that there was, but I do know that atheists don't make that claim. And I know that because I had several atheists come and tell us that, no, we don't think the universe came from nothing. And the video is called, Do Atheists Think the Universe Came from Nothing? Where I feature lots of atheists writing out and some of them saying that, no, we don't believe that. That's what you guys believe. That's what the theist believes. Aaron Ra hit it on the head. He's like, look, that's not our claim. That's your claim. You guys think the universe came from nothing via God summoning the universe from nothing, Exile and Neo. That's not our claim. That there is no atheist claims. That's another thing. Atheism is a description, not a prescription. Even if you were to say, well, but the philosophy gurus They want atheism to be there is no God because it just makes it easier. Okay, cool. Even in that case, that doesn't say where the universe came from. It just says there's no God. It makes no other statement than that. Even if you were to go with just that singular definition, which you shouldn't, because natural language has caused it to have an additional definition, which is not believing in God. I don't believe in God. And also I believe that certain gods can't exist. And also I think that Yahweh definitely doesn't exist for various logical reasons I can lay out. But atheists do not have any claim, so this is not true. It's what I would call an outright lie. It is a fractal error. In no universe is this correct. For a Church of Skeptic person, as a pastor, you should be ashamed of lying to your congregation in this way. You should know better. Atheists do not claim the universe came from anywhere at all, and none of us think that it came from nothing, as far as I know. Maybe there's one atheist out there that you could find that would agree with that statement. Good luck finding that person. Show me, in fact, I dare you to show me that an atheist has ever said that. And the only two that you could possibly find would be Stephen Hawking and Lawrence. But they don't even mean nothing when you look into it further. So you need to not lie. That's not a good way to start your sermon.
2. Life came from non-living matter. Listen, if that's
okay, life came from non-living matter is not an atheist claim. Again, there are no atheist claims. The universe coming from nothing, nobody claims that except for theists who claim the universe came from nothing via God's interaction. Let there be light that made the universe because God wanted it to. God didn't make the universe from pieces of itself. It created the universe from nothing. It just willed it into being. Life, atheists don't make any claims regarding abiogenesis. But if we're going to go with the scientific evidence, which we should, abiogenesis shows us life forming out of amino acids. And amino acids on their own, we wouldn't necessarily call life. We wouldn't call those alive. But what life is, or what alive is kind of vague, and it's hard to nail down what is alive. What makes something alive? You can say, well, it consumes energy and it reproduces. But that definition would then include things like fire. It consumes, it grows, it reproduces. But fire isn't alive. It's just a chemical reaction of things going on. Okay, well, amino acid isn't alive because it's not yet producing enough reactions to be warranted for what we would call life. Now, drawing a hard line between not alive, and then, oh, it's alive, would probably be impossible. More likely, what we're going to see is a gradient from not alive to alive, and then somewhere in there where it gets, it's kind of gray in between would be like, okay, somewhere in here it became what we would call alive, and nailing that down to a single point, like I said, might not even be possible because, it's like, well, the stage right before it, when does it start acting alive? Well, okay, it's consuming things that aren't itself to produce energy. It's replicating, it's moving, it's got behavior, whatever it is that we're saying is alive. But the amino acid that are the building blocks of life aren't alive. Your cells are alive, but the things that make the cells aren't necessarily considered alive. Is sperm alive? Depends on how you define life. Is an egg from the female alive? Again, kind of depends how you define life. But many Christians and Catholics say that life begins at conception. So then, a sperm or an egg, are those alive? I don't know. You'd have to ask what they think. Do they think they're alive? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Do scientists think that the sperm and egg are alive? Is it defined in such a way? If not, then if we're coming from a sperm and an egg that are not alive, but then when they're together, they are alive, then we do come from non-living things. But if you're Christian, Catholic, whatever, that says, hey, look, sperm is alive, egg is alive. Okay, when does the sperm become alive? When it's first generated in the family jewels, I guess. And then when it, once it's outside of that environment, it doesn't, it's only got limited lifespan until it dies. And it has one and one function only, to find an egg and get itself in there. So if it's life, it's a very limited version of life, but okay. But what makes up the sperm? Things that aren't alive. So ultimately, you're still going to be able to boil down the components of life to being building blocks that are themselves not considered to be alive, whether they're elements or chemicals or combination thereof, whatever it is, atoms, etc. Atoms aren't alive. Chemicals aren't alive. Elements aren't alive. But those are the things that we are built out of. And at some point, you get enough complexity to call it alive. When that happens, I don't know. But yes, we are built from non-alive things. But you guys, theists that are Christian, Judeo-Christian theology, has life coming from a non-living thing, dirt. God makes the first person out of dirt or clay, depending on what translation you use. That's not alive. Dirt's not alive. Clay isn't alive. And why not make that claim? Because it more aligns with science anyway. Say, hey, look, God made humans from the elements. Dirt, clay, obviously that's a parallel to the science that's saying, yes, we came from elements found in the dirt or clay. There you go. And then we don't need to deny evolution. We don't need to deny abiogenesis. We don't need to deny our ultimate origins. We can say, yes, that's what it's alluding to. It's a metaphor for that. Why not say that? Then you're not negating all the atheists and skeptics that are going to descend upon your channel to analyze it for fallacies, who will say, well, you just don't understand science. And not even that, right now, you don't even understand atheists. You're making a straw man by claiming that atheists claim anything regarding the origin of the universe or the origin of life. We don't say anything about that. Now, we'll talk about those things, yes, but atheist by itself doesn't, nor does skeptic. Just because I'm a skeptic, that doesn't mean I have any claim about anything. In fact, one would think the opposite should be true of a skeptic, that they're skeptical of the claims. Yeah, I am. Your claims are not founded on anything true. Now, if you could show us an atheist that had said that, if you could show us an atheist that said that we come from non-life or whatever, then you'd have something, but then you'd only have one dot on the data chart. You would need more to show that it's a widespread phenomenon of atheists. I could easily find theist after theist who is Christian or Catholic that says, hey, Adam and Eve were the first humans, or that they came from, Adam was made from the dirt. And then Eve came from Adam's bone. But is a bone alive? If not, then you guys believe that we came from non-life as well, at least originally. So what's your complaint here? Your complaint seems to be, I'm going to pretend that you guys hold a position that you don't really hold so that I can complain about it.
Not an extraordinary claim. I don't know what is. So I need some really extraordinary evidence for that, and I'm not getting any.
I missed that part. What did you say?
Evidence for that, and I'm not getting any.
Yeah. The thing is, the reason you don't get evidence for that is because we don't make those claims. All right.
Hey, welcome to Church for Skeptics. I want to talk about the best arguments for atheism.
No, you don't. Don't lie to us. You're not going to talk about that at all. I already know that you're lying. Why lie to us? If you're going to pretend that you're a church for skeptics, why not be, I don't know, a church for skeptics? Which in my mind would be like, I don't know, some music is played that isn't anything to do, it's like science music or something. Things are awesome as they are. Molecules exist. Yay. The end. We're skeptical of everything. Lobsters exist. We're not skeptical of reality. Hooray. And then like some sermon like, be skeptical today. Logic prevails. Reality. Wee. Yeah. Woo. And then like, I don't know, we'd eat some cookies and drink some orange juice or something. Or no, milk. Milk goes with cookies. What am I thinking? Orange juice? What? I had orange juice today for breakfast. Well, not just orange juice. I had salad actually for breakfast. I just ate a salad. You want to see proof of that? Here you go. Oh God, I dropped the fork. Look, there's proof I ate a salad. See, it's gone. There was a salad in there, but then I ate it. What does that have to do with this video? Nothing.
I'm trying to, use some of the best arguments that some of the famous atheists have used in the past. Some people think that the Bible doesn't actually try to argue for the existence of God, but I disagree with that. I think.
What the fuck are you talking about? I thought you were going to talk about arguments for atheism. Who cares about the Bible? Isn't this a church for skeptic? What are you talking about?
Romans 1 makes an argument.
I don't care what Romans 1 says. Tell me the argument for atheism.
Teleology, the teleological argument, basically that we know that God exists because of the universe that he created. It obviously looks designed for a purpose. And I think that's historically the vast number.
Dance the monkey dance. Dance. Dance the monkey pants. Dude, you have an edited video. You have zero excuses for leaving in your insanity here. I'm live. I can do grunts and like, whatever, because I'm not editing any of this. This is an edited video. You obviously have a good camera. I'm just this like low dinky webcam that I have because I haven't ever upgraded it to a decent camera. I don't even know where my camera is. It's around here. No, what the fuck is it? See, I don't even know where my camera is. It's not even around here right now. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. What was I complaining about? Oh, so you obviously have the money to have an editor. Look, I have this though. What's this do? Does that like blind everybody when I do that? Or it doesn't really. That really screws up the webcam though, doesn't it? Whee! Oh, look into my third eye. Wait, I'm sorry. Look, I know I'm just going off rails. All right, I need to focus. I'm sorry. I apologize. I blame Captive Desk for all of this. Everything that I'm doing is his fault. And everything that I do good is Nerdy Rodent's fault. Isn't it weird, like the fault of somebody when you're doing something good? Like, that's weird, like to blame somebody that you're doing good. But I'm doing it. Does it have to make sense? No, it doesn't. Because whatever, I don't know, football. What?
Of humans in humanity have said this, that they believe in some sort of supernatural creator. My argument crumbled back when before I was a believer, my agnostic atheist views.
Dude, the fuck, man? Get an editor.
That there couldn't be couldn't be a God because of so much evil and suffering, and that argument crumbles logically if there's such a thing as evil. You work yourself back to there has to be a lawgiver.
He did say that he was going to give arguments for atheism, but he seems to be erring and uhing his way through this as he stumbles on his own words. Did you not write a script for this and then memorize the script so you can regurgitate it or read from it live? If you're doing this off the cuff, fine. But like, what am I watching? I don't understand. How many videos, or not videos, did he have? Well, he has 636 views on this video. I'm not gonna get that sort of viewage. The fuck? Ah, well, whatever.
And Carl Sagan was the leading atheist for a number of years, and he was a really popular guy.
Leading atheist? No, that's not a thing.
A series called the Nova series. A good scientist, obviously.
He did a series called the Nova series. He did a series called the Nova series. I'm just gonna take a moment here. I need a moment. Okay. Carl Sagan did a series called Cosmos on Nova. And it might have been on PBS as well, but definitely on Nova. You moronic idiot. Look up what the hell you're talking about before talking about it. Please tell me that he eventually gives an atheism argument. Please tell me he doesn't, does he?
Obviously. And every episode of his Nova series, the first thing he said was the universe is all there ever was, all there is, and all there ever will be. Now he's using a religious saying to make that saying, of course, all there ever was and all there ever will be. Of course,
again, I don't know that he said that in every episode. He said, and also you're getting the quote wrong because I just Googled it. The cosmos is all that there is or was or ever will be. Our feeblest contemplations of the cosmos stir us. There's a tingling in the spine, a catch in the voice, a faint sensation as if the distant memory of falling from a height. We know that we are approaching the greatest of mysteries. Oh, man. Mwah. But did he say that every episode? I don't know. He said that in one episode, but not every episode. But what do you care? You never watched the series anyways.
Say that about God. He also said something else that I think makes me have pause. And that pause would be when he says this: extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yes, that is something that he said, but it's not meant to be an argumentation. It's meant to be a clarification. And I've done a response or two or three on this because people, of course, don't understand what extraordinary evidence or claims are in the first place. You have what are called normal claims, or I call them mundane, boring, everyday claims, that are just things that normally happen. Here's a blue cup. It's plastic. It had liquid in it, and now it doesn't. And here's a bottle of unknown brand that I have. It could be Coke, could be Pepsi, whoever wants to give me money. Anyways, and like that's an ordinary claim. And if I open it, it makes that sound, and then I pour it, it showed that it was Coke. Oh shit. We'll fix that in editing. Don't worry about it. it pours, you know, and now there's a liquid in it, and then that's an ordinary claim. That's some good carbonated sugar there that I'm drinking. No wonder I don't have any teeth. Anyways, all that's ordinary claim. What would be an extraordinary claim is now that this has now become wine. But I'm not going to show you it. You just have to believe that it's wine. Well, why would you believe that it's wine? I'll tell you why. This video really sucks, man. You hear that? It's whining to me. You suck and everybody hates your face. Well, that's really mean of you. That's not even whining. You're just insulting me. I'm just insulting you. I don't like anything. Now it's whining. So it's obviously wine. You don't need to see into it to know that it's wine. Just trust me. Anyways, that sort of thing would be an extraordinary claim if I claimed that it was wine, and you would require extraordinary proof, which I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you any proof at all because I'm demonstrating what it means to do an extraordinary claim and have extraordinary proof. But this guy, I'm sure he's going to get it wrong because he's gotten everything else wrong. Yay, let's do it. Yay.
And I'm thinking, yeah, I guess that's true. I can see where that would be true. But the more I thought about it, the more it turns atheism on its head. And here's my case today. The first thing I want to say is that
you were supposed to give arguments for atheism. You were going to give us like 2 arguments for atheism. Hey, Captive Desk, I saw you in chat. Is he actually going to give us an argument for atheism at all? You saw the video. I didn't watch his video on your video while you were doing a video about his video, and now I'm doing a video about his video. I don't know. So, like, did he do that? I bet he didn't. I bet he's never going to give an argument for atheism, is he? So he lied to us, right? And yeah, Cosmos, right? It's not Cosmos on Nova, not Nova on Nova. Yeah, he always fascinated by those who say there were once atheists and then they found the God. Yeah, I mean, the I was an atheist thing is like, yeah, I don't know about that. You weren't the type of atheist that I know. You weren't a true atheist. That's a logical fallacy.
Belief in God is not an extraordinary claim at all.
Yeah, it is.
It's the simplest. It's the most prevalent. It's
belief in God isn't the extraordinary claim. Sure, I'll grant that. Because people believe in all sorts of things, including God. But there being a God, that is more extraordinary than not. Because of the sort of being that God is proposed to be. But I thought you were going to give us atheist arguments. But you're not doing that. Great. Wonderful.
Historically, of course, we might want to fudge about which God that we're talking about here. But the idea of a supernatural beginning to a natural universe, the new nature can't create itself. And so I don't think it's an extraordinary claim at all to believe in God. However, the claims of atheism, if they require extraordinary evidence, I think they are severely lacking in the evidence. Let me give you a couple of atheistic claims that I think are extraordinary. Number one, the universe was caused by nothing.
So I'm going to bring up the fact that he said he was going to give us 2 arguments or the best arguments for atheism, and that he's not doing that even a little. He's not even attempting to do that. He's instead just lying about an atheist claim that nobody ever actually makes. And he's going to go after that claim. You're a moron. Does he read comments? Hey, do you read comments? If so, you need to know that, like, you're just wrong and lying about what atheists claim, because we don't have a claim like the ones you made. Like, really? Are you that like lobster? I'm typing. Read my comment and post that. And that was the thing I put. Oh, nobody saw me post it. Damn it! I wasn't even on the right screen. Ah, oh, there it is. It's down there. Whatever. And my hair got messed up by my headphones again. Damn it! All right, let's go back to the video. All right, my nose itches. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, he was saying bullshit.
You only have two ways to go here, because nobody believes now that the universe is eternal. We know it has.
Actually, that's not true. There's some cosmologists that still think that not this universe, but the universe in totality might be eternal. So you're wrong about that, but who cares?
At a beginning. And so...
No, that's not what Big Bang cosmology proposes, but oh well, whatever.
You only have two options here. The universe came from nothing. Before the universe was, what was there? Well, physically nothing.
No, not. We cannot make any claim to what was before the singularity. In fact, I mean, the thing with Big Bang cosmology is it is widely accepted as a prevailing theory that we have come to, what the cosmologists have accepted. But there's other cosmological models and theories out there. A theory proposes to explain our observations, and models are used by scientists. These models are mathematical in nature, and beyond my puny comprehension, I've seen that I think it's math. It's like a backwards E with lines and like other letters, and there's some numbers and like things pointing this way and that way. And I'm like, is this math? I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's extraordinarily complicated stuff. Something the antimatter universe versus a matter universe. So you've got this like double explosion going this way. And by the way, if that's true, it's really cool because we could be we are in the antimatter universe, and also we're in the matter universe, because the other universe, like, to it, we would be the antimatter universe, and to us, they would be the antimatter universe, right? If we ever touched each other. So technically, we're neither matter nor antimatter, but antimatter to us is matter that is the opposite of us, that if we encountered it, it would, go boom to us. So the idea, because we've actually observed antimatter and made antimatter, is that there's a second universe, if you will, starting at this point between my hands, right? And even saying starting is a misnomer. But the fact is that you have these two events that simultaneously go this way because they repel each other, because one is matter and the other is antimatter. And so that explosion event, positive, negative, however you want to conceive of that, of things that can't be together, exploded, and one went one way and one went the other way. And so it's infinite in both directions. So there's another universe, but from our perspective, it would be backwards in time. But from their perspective, we're the ones going backwards in time. Now, I only know that much about it because I listened to the National Science for Education YouTube channel, and I'll see if I can pull that up. What is it called? Is it the National Science Channel or the... I might have to find it some other time and put it, because now I'm not sure if that's what I was thinking. You know what? I'm going to look for it later and just put it in the description, and we'll deal with it later. But at any rate, so they talk about different cosmological models. Okay, we don't know. We scientists, not me. I don't have anything to do with it. They don't know that maybe their theory is better. And then, of course, there's string theory and all these things. And I don't understand like any of that stuff. But what I can say is whatever one turns out to be correct is or wins out as far as explanations won't ever get us to where we can say what happened before the start, because that would be beyond observation. We would be in speculation territory, which is outside the realm of science. It make good sci-fi, it would make good speculative philosophy, but it wouldn't be science anymore unless we had evidence of whatever it is, like multiverses. There might be a way to find out if there is another universe besides ours with observations that we could make from within our own universe. If we develop wormholes somehow, then we could potentially travel beyond our own universe's edge and see if there's anything else out there. We can't do that even if we could go the speed of light, because the universe is accelerating faster than the speed of light, which also should break the law of light speed, but doesn't, and that's really confusing to me. And it's all amazing stuff, but none of it points to a before moment because we can't do that. So we can't make any claim about that. We don't know if there was nothing. We don't know even if nothing is possible. And we don't even know what nothing is or would be. All we have is a definition that we humans have come up with for the word nothing. The absence of everything. Okay, cool. But my question has been and always will be, does that include logic? Because if it does, then paradox is allowed. And if paradox is allowed, then all rules are off. Anything can happen. In fact, there's nothing to stop something from happening, even though it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter, because if there's no rules, then there are no rules. So something could come from that nothing. Now, once you have something, then there's rules inside that something, but where that nothing was isn't anymore, because now the nothing has been replaced by something. And if that's the way it turns out to really be for real, fine, I accept that. But I'm not saying that is the way it is for real. You're saying that you think that's the way that I think, but I don't think that way. So enough with the straw man already. But if it came to be that we had evidence that it was from nothing, would you just shrug and say, no, well, God still did it? Of course you would, because theism always has to retreat from the goal that ever recedes as we discover more about reality. Meanwhile, as a skeptic, if we found that it was this guy like waving to us and we're like, wait, is that's God there? And he's like, yeah, I'm God. Hey, how's it going? That would be amazing. And I would accept it because it would be verifiable evidence. I can change based on evidence. This guy doesn't even have evidence, nor does he have any argument at all to offer for atheism, and his arguments against atheism are mere strawman constructs that he's invented from his asshole, which is also what he is. But him being an asshole doesn't matter. What matters is his argument, which also sucks. All right. Okay, Crisp, don't know about that. I'm going to give you a warning, and if you continue that behavior in chat, you're going to get banned.
And so if the universe came from nothing, or the universe came from God. Now, which one's the extraordinary claim? Which one requires extraordinary evidence?
They would both require evidence, at least. So do you have any evidence of God at all, whether it's extraordinary or not? But again, and I just have to harp on this, he said he was going to give arguments for atheism. So just pointing out that he's a liar.
It seems obvious that it's nothing. Let me say it this way. You say, well, I don't believe God exists. I'll tell you what I'm 100% sure that doesn't exist, and that's nothing. Uh, even if you say, okay, that's an extraordinary claim that the universe came from nothing, can you see anything else that, comes into existence from nothing? I can't find anything like that. And so it's an extraordinary claim. That's my point here. And even what's the evidence for nothing? Well, there is no evidence for nothing because nothing doesn't exist. You need extraordinary. I mean, it would have.
Okay. Do you have any evidence for God?
Have to be out of sight or extraordinary evidence to think that the universe came from nothing.
No one thinks that but theists.
And yet that is the claim of atheism here.
No, it's not.
Number 2.
Okay, so let me just pontificate in his comments. Okay, so 1, atheism makes no claims. 2, no atheists that I know of make the claim the universe came from nothing. 3, you said you were to give us good arguments for atheism, but never did that. Are you a liar? 4. I don't know. What is that wrong? What did I do? Oh, 8. Why do I always do that? I always screw that stupid word up. Atheism makes sense, damn it. Write it correctly. All right.
I think it's an extraordinary claim to think that life came from non-living matter.
Okay. I don't care. Yeah, you were. Whatever, man. It doesn't. Whatever.
There's a running scientific investigation for all the way from the Middle Ages all the way through until the 1800s and Louis Pasteur. It was called spontaneous generation. They believed that Aristotle.
Yeah, and it's been disproven, and that's not how it works, and we know that. Just read anything on abiogenesis, you utter nitwit.
Believed that life could come from non-living matter if it had enough heat. That's what Aristotle said pretty much. Has to be called virtual heat or living heat, something like that. Had to be hot enough. And so, they went back and forth for years and years, even the Middle Ages. They believed in spontaneous generation, that life came from non-living matter.
I hate this video.
Pasteur
slammed
the lid on that. He conclusively proved that life cannot originate from non-living matter.
Technically, his thing proved that that maggots don't spontaneously generate from bread if you keep the bread under a certain container. But that's not exact. That's a very complex life, not like cells and stuff. So yeah, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking. You don't know. Well, you don't even know what you don't know. It's amazing. Where's your argument for atheism?
And he went around and did lecture tours, and here's what he said in his lecture tour. He has to believe that at least this one time, they don't believe in spontaneous generation either, except that one time when it first started from non.
No, it wasn't spontaneous, for one. The elements and minerals that are required for simple amino acids to form existed in the sea of early Earth when it was very warm outside and no kind of atmosphere. We were all alone, more or less. Even though we wanted to just, chill out, it wasn't possible. The great dwarf star that might have been red above us. Wait, no, sorry. Wait. What am I thinking of? That's a Ceres red dwarf where I got that song from that's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone. more or less. Let me high, far away. Oh, okay. Anyways, what does that have to do with this? Oh, right. So the early elements and molecules and whatever that were needed for simple amino acids existed in the sea that we have, right? And then, like, over time, they combined. Some of the elements could link up with each other and some couldn't. And some found things to grab onto that were like bigger than them. And the elements were like grabbing onto stuff like pieces of dirt or pieces of, I don't know, whatever that's floating around in the ocean, right? And then, like, at some point, they're like, clink, 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 and they all link together and they form this little amino chain. And then that thing gets caught in, like, say, a bubble of air, okay? Because, like, there's these steam vents from on the bottom of the ocean shooting up all this hot stuff from the middle of the earth, right? And so that makes bubbles, okay? So maybe they got caught in a little bubble. And then because they were in this bubble, then that allowed them to do something cool, which was ding, make another one of itself. And then it's like, bink, and then it did it again and again and again. And then it got really complicated. And then more stuff happened that took even longer to unfold. And more of that stuff kept happening, like, I don't know, everywhere that it could happen. And then eventually it grouped up enough stuff together to do this thing that we call RNA, and then that made like DNA, and then that made life as we begin to know it and understand it. But it was not spontaneous, not even a little. It took millions of years to happen. If you want to call it a miracle, I can't stop you from doing that. And some people say, well, maybe some aliens helped it along, or maybe God like went, beep, 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 come on, elements, go, go, go. Okay, cool, but there's no evidence of that. Now, lightning does strike, so could lightning be the source of life? Maybe. That's a popular idea in sci-fi, you know, that lightning is something almost mystical and magical about it. So maybe lightning hitting was enough energy to get life going. I don't have any idea. I'm not an abiogenicist, but you obviously don't know anything about it because you're saying that it started spontaneously, which is not a claim that any abiogenicist, I think, would make. It started slowly over time, and it took time to build up and gain more complexity to even begin to resemble something that we would have called life. Your claim that atheists believe this is a lie and is wrong. Also, what I believe or don't believe is irrelevant to your burden of proof, which you have not yet fulfilled. Saying that you think it's less of a claim that God exists than the extraordinary claim of straw man doesn't make your argument either. You still need to make an argument for your God, which you have failed to do. And you have shown us that you are a liar by not producing arguments for atheism, let alone the best arguments for atheism, as you suggested that you would do. So why should I believe anything that you have to say or offer at this point? Maybe he'll get better magically in this video. Taking all bets. Do you think he's going to get better?
Non-living matter. Maybe the primordial soup and the lightning and so forth.
Wait, he knows about the primordial soup and lightning? He knows about that? That's not spontaneous, you moronic, really.
I'm going to tell you what, that's an extraordinary claim. Did you know, even from a mathematical standpoint, and boy, when the mathematicians got involved in this, it really shook the world. I think they realized that mathematically, life from non-life is actually mathematically impossible.
Really? What mathematicians? Can you name them? Which ones? Please provide me a list. No citation? Oh, okay. Cool.
They figure the odds of that. There are a lot of things like that that are impossible. The fact that gravity, the rate of people, things coming together, and the cosmological constant, things spreading out, does have to be perfectly balanced to an infinite degree, virtually, or we wouldn't even exist at all. Hence, back to the creation declares the existence of God.
The fuck are you talking about? Is that like your version of the fine-tuning argument? It's broken, man. Fine-tuning is broken. And I don't know. Whatever. Keep going. Just keep going. Just, whatever.
And so if you have, and that's your claim, that this is just, it all happened by luck. Life happened.
No, that's not my claim.
By luck. The universe itself happened by luck.
Nope.
Listen, that's an extraordinary claim.
That isn't my claim, though. I don't make any claim regarding the universe or life at all. I make zero claims about it. My claim, if any, is I don't believe in God. That's my claim. Now, I don't need to prove that because it's a belief statement. But I'll go you one step further. There is no Yahweh. Yahweh does not and cannot exist due to logic. Due to the logical argument that I can formulate based on what the scriptures say that God is. I can give you an argument that shows that Yahweh is impossible. And the only way out of that argument is to deny pieces of the Bible or to claim that I'm misreading the Bible, both of which would be special pleading of some sort. So, those are my actual claims. You did not ask atheists what they claim. You did not bother to look up what atheists claim. You didn't bother to do any research on any level about anything that you are saying. You provide zero citations and give us absolutely nothing to work with. Surely you can do better than that.
Especially when you talk about the odds against that mathematically, you would never take those odds to Las Vegas. And my question, if you won't take them to Las Vegas, don't take them to your funeral. Don't live your life as if these extraordinary claims, which have virtually no evidence. This idea of extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. It leads to another argument that I've heard, and the inimitable Lawrence Krauss, the cosmologist and theoretical physicist, brilliant guy. Here's what he says. He says, I'm not really an atheist. I'm a non-theist.
I really honestly could care. No, I can't care. I have no care about this. I don't care. Okay. I was going to say I care less, but then I remember that means you care at least a little. No, I have zero care. It doesn't matter what he said. Okay. Where is your argument for your beliefs? Where is your evidence for your beliefs? Where is your anything?
It says, if there was enough evidence, here we go again, if there was enough evidence for the existence of God, I'd be happy to believe in God, but there's just not any. He would think there's probably no evidence for these.
Yes, as far as I personally am aware, there is no evidence for anything God. I've been doing this channel for quite some time, and in all that time, I have yet to come across any evidence of God, nor have I come across any proof of God. What I have come across is plenty of bad arguments for God. And for whatever reason, apologetics seems to produce nothing but bad arguments, and usually the same recycled arguments over and over again. Here, we're getting a presentation of a very sloppy, haphazard attempt at maybe the fine-tuning argument, but he can't even do that right. All he's saying is he doesn't believe this, that, the other thing, and he is basically appealing to personal incredulity. I don't care that you don't believe X, Y, and Z. Nor do I care that you believe X, Y, and Z is said or believed by me. None of these things are true, and even if they were true, you haven't demonstrated that they're true, so your argument still fails. And you still haven't provided any proof for your ideas either. So, at best, we're both in the same boat, but we're not. The thing is, I know that my boat exists. You don't even know that there is a boat. Wait, that analogy was really bad, wasn't it? I'll get back to you with a better analogy later. Maybe, if I remember. Probably won't.
Existence of God. And I'm thinking, yes, but look at what you do believe. You believe the universe. He wrote a book, A Universe from Nothing. I'm telling you, surely you can understand that's an extraordinary claim. And he's written an entire book to try to provide evidence for that. And what he
Did you read his book?
does in his book is simply change the definition of nothing.
So you didn't read his book. Got it. Okay.
And you have to do that because otherwise it just doesn't fly at all. I'm willing to believe in nothing, but I need more evidence for God. I'm willing to believe in spontaneous generation, at least that one time.
I'm not willing to believe in anything. Now, this gets tricky because words are weird. Okay, natural language, which is what we're using now, is a weird thing. What I mean by belief might not be what you mean by belief. So let me try to cover my ground. When I say believe, I mean without evidence. Okay, and I try not to have beliefs like that. I'm sure that I do. And there are things I could come up with that are beliefs I hold. Like I believe in people I care about, people that I love, people I know. My brother, for example, I believe in him as a person, not just that he exists, but in his ability to do wondrous, grand, amazing things that blow me away when he does them. And he has done those things many times. He has said things and done things that amaze me, things that I couldn't do. And I am very happy and amazed when he does produce those things. He's written lots and lots of books. He has produced lots of different content for various people for really money that he shouldn't have taken because it was way too little. But now he's at a point where he's realizing that he should ask for a lot more. Anyways, beside the point, he's an amazing person, and I have belief in him, in his abilities. But that belief is justified given that I've seen him perform before. But I could continue to believe that because I want the best for him and from him. And so we can believe in each other as humans with little to no evidence. Like, I believe Captive Desk is a good guy. He's a nice guy. Now, do I know that for absolutely certain? No, I don't. I know what he is on YouTube, just like you know what I am on YouTube, but we haven't encountered each other in real life. Maybe we get along, maybe not. Maybe we kind of get along until I said something stupid that you disagreed with, and then we get into a big old argument about it, and you would be wrong, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I know, and we'd lead into this thing, and hopefully we could resolve that using logic and reason, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And so people that you were once close with, you're not anymore. And that would suck because I like him and I want, to continue to have him in my things and me in his things. And that doesn't sound right. But even if it's fine. If you want your thing in somebody else's thing and you're fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, so that sort of belief, sure, I have. But in regards to whatever other beliefs, I don't even know what I have. What I require to know something is empirical evidence, or a repeatable test, or a valid and sound argument. I should say and or, because it's any one of those three. Now, if you want to say there's a fourth way of gaining knowledge or having knowledge, great, fine, wonderful. Present it to me and show me the methodology of which I can be sure of that it will produce repeated results of getting me to the truth or closer to it. If I show you something, you have no choice but to think it's real. Here you go. Here's the thing. Electric duster, Spray X. You now know that this is a thing. Before, you didn't know that I had this, but now you do know that I have this. You have no choice but to think that I have this. Could you maybe trick your brain into believing that I don't have it? Maybe over enough time you could break your brain. You could maybe believe I'm a lobster given enough time and energy. But why would you when it's plain that I'm not a lobster? I'm just not. Hold on a second. I want to be a lobster. Yeah, I'd be a lobster. Anyways, but I am 0.1% lobster, and you can't show that I'm not. So fine, I'm still a lobster. Ha ha ha. Also, 1% Japanese. Yes, I can make claims and not prove. But maybe if I got my DNA analysis, maybe if I got, you know what? Forget that. Forget the line. Maybe if I got my DNA analyzed, then I could prove that I was X, Y, and Z. That would be kind of cool. But, you know, whatever. Would it show that I was part lobster? I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, right. So I need empirical evidence, which is visual. You see, this is the thing. There you go. That's the visualization of the phenomenon. Like we can visualize magnetics with a piece of paper and a magnet, and like you pour some magnetic iron filings on top of the paper, and you get this little like circle thing, and that shows you, that's a visualization. That's empirical evidence of magnetics. Okay, we don't have that for your God thing. Okay, how about a repeatable test? Why does it need to be repeatable? Because we need to make sure it's not just a clever illusion trick that, you know, somebody is pulling off. You know, like, hey, look, the linking rings. How did I do that? Oh, wow. You know, I can't really do any magic tricks. Or here you go. That's the one I know. It's like you take your thumb, right? And you just rip it out. Oh, my God. Whatever. I don't know. So, you know, or, you know, I don't know. You know, there's that. Like the, you know, I don't know, whatever. So my point is we need to be able to do testing to see that it's real and actually performs in a controlled manner. If we don't have repeated tests, what could we possibly have? The only thing left would be a sound argument. But in order to have a sound argument, it has to be valid, which means that it has to be in the correct structure, which is at least two premises followed by a conclusion. If it's not valid, it can't be sound, period. But it only can be sound if it's both valid and all the premises are true. Like, for example, I wrote a book called Logic and Morals, in which I spend the entire book defending the various premises that I have for the argument and showing that the counterexamples that do exist don't count, and therefore my argument is sound. So, you know, buy that book. It's only $8. So, you know, and I don't get all that full $8. So whatever. But at any rate, the point is that you don't even have a valid argument, let alone a sound argument, because you haven't given us that. So you've literally given us absolutely dick all, which isn't a word, but now it is because I said dick all. What does dick all mean? I don't know. You have given us a big giant nothing burger. That makes more sense. Dick all though. Kind of like the dick all. 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 Okay. Sorry. Now back to the video. Damn it! I hit an hour. Damn it!
What's the evidence for that? Well, I don't know, but I'm not willing to believe in God. I need more evidence. I'm willing even to believe in an infinite number of universes that we can't see at all and there's absolutely no evidence for. But if I need more evidence to believe in God. I'm going to conclude with reading you something here.
Wait, you're going to conclude? You never gave us arguments for atheism, you son of a bitch! I knew it! You fucking liar! Ah! Why would you call your video the best argument for atheism and not even give us any argument for atheism? You stupid! You so stupid! Ah! I can't All right, I'm back, everybody. So anyways, I guess we don't have any empirical evidence, repeatable tests, or valid and sound argument. And because of that, we should be skeptical of his conclusions. And hey, look, I turned into a lobster. It finally happened. Yeah, my dreams have come true. I'm a lobster, everybody. Yay, I'm a lobster. And how do I end the stream as a lobster? Oh, God, can I even work the mouse anymore? I don't know. It's going to be really hard. Sorry, this should be ending any time now, but I can't. My claws, they don't. Oh, my God, it's hard to do anything with these claws. Okay, I think that the button's up there. No, oh, wait. Be skeptical and stay skeptical. Until next time, everybody. And make sure to comment on this video when it's a video. That way YouTube will promote my stuff to other people. YouTube is like broken lately. So if your comment doesn't get through the first time, try a different comment. Write down anything at all. It doesn't matter. And then put it as a comment. That helps me. And it lets me know that you love me or that you care about me. And if you don't do it, I will come and eat you because I'm a lobster and I can do that. Okay, where's the damn button now? Okay, goodbye, everybody, for now. And I'll see you next time. And until then, be a skeptic lobster and be lobsters. And I'm a lobster. Yeah, damn. Yeah, man. I gotta start working out. These videos are making me tired. Okay, hit the button. Where's the button? Oh, man. Where's the button? All right. Until next time, be skeptical. And after that, stay skeptical. Okay. Ah.